Alright, so I'm working on seat brackets now because I want to get the seat mounted so I can position everything for the cage so I can do the rear bar. But now these rear bolts on both seats snapped out and they're really rusted. So I'm just kind of drilling these holes out. I got the driver's side done, but I figured while I'm doing this, I'd let you guys watch me become a victim for a little while here and try to drill these holes out. Alright, we're starting to get through. Whoop. Alright, well that took a long time to do that. But now I have bolt holes. So my plan is to use the factory seat brackets. This is the factory bracket. Alright, so now that I got these kind of in position, the idea is I bought some angle iron that I want to weld across here on both sides. And then I should be able to use seat brackets like this, welded on top of the angle. And I hope that gives me enough height, or it gets it low enough, I should say. This one I should be able to weld on the inside because I want to tuck the seat in a little bit more actually towards the center so I can clear the bar that comes this way. Because if I have the seat too far out like this, the seat might actually hit that bar. So I think I'm going to go on the inside, tuck this one in a little bit more. Because I did test fit with the sliders and then the seat on top of the sliders, and I feel like it was still a little too high. So this should put it in a little better position. Alright, so I think I'm going to measure. This one only goes like 14.5 to here. This one goes 16. So I think what I'm going to do is to cut two pieces at 16, and then we'll go there because there is multiple mounting positions. So if I'm at 16, I could mount all the way back to here or all the way up to here. So it should be swell. I got some pretty wide angle. This is 2-inch. My thought on it was that would leave me enough room to do like multiple mounting positions left to right also. Just in case I needed to slide the hole here or I needed to slide the hole here. Gives me a little bit of jiggle room. Yeah. Alright, so the base of the seat, it's a 16-inch seat, so the base of the seat is like 16.5. So I was just doing some measurements. At the mounting points, if I set it up like this, we'll only at about 15 inches if I go on the inside. So I am going to have to go probably on the outside. And that should give me about that 16.5 width. So I should be able to still have like a couple inches of play this way. But I am going to have to weld this one onto the outside. So I'm just going to do that. These mounts do have these little wingdings sticking out. So I'm going to cut those off. And then we'll do some welding, tack it on. Alright, so I got one bracket done already. And essentially what I'm doing is just making this bracket flush on the bottom. And then 2 inches from the front of the seat I went on that. And then this section is flush here. And what that's going to do is allow me to have this rear hole adjustable and the front hole adjustable upward. So if the rear hole is here, I'll be able to run it down like that and lift it up a little bit, and then I'll be able to add some angle if I need to add angle. So this will be all the way down position, and we'll start there. Yeah, I'm just using these carriage bolts on the inside so it doesn't catch the seats. Carriage bolts for my carriage. Okay, so I do have the seat in the position that I believe I want it in. I did end up going up to the 4th hole instead of the bottom hole to get the angle that I felt comfortable with. I just have the position kind of marked right now, and then I'll pull this apart and be able to mark and drill the hole so I can bolt it in and fully weld the bottom sections. Right now this angle piece is still just kind of tacked into place. Here's what it looks like over on the passenger side, and then the rear bar is actually completely behind the seat. So that should work pretty well, and then I should be able to put the harness bar like right here, straight back from this. Do also have this little Jegs seat bracket guy, this thing here. And the rear tack welds did crack off, so I have the ratchet strapped into place just to hold it for now. So the plan for this, and why I'm not going to retack that, is I would like to actually tip this whole thing backwards. So I should be able to remove the rear bar and then bring this thing down and tip it back, and then I should be able to get to the back side of these pipes here so I can actually weld the back side fully. And then I'll be able to fully weld the top side, and then I can put it back up into position, tack these into place, then drop the whole thing down, and then fully weld the tops of this. So that's kind of the plan there. I'm going to get the seat out and then start doing that crossbar. And I'll probably mark the seat and drill the holes. I don't think I'm going to fully put it in there yet, probably till the end. Like I said, still got to fully weld these. I don't have any gas right now for my TIG bottle. Might wait on some of that stuff anyways. And I could also probably start working on the door bars too. Psst, hey kid. Alright, so got that bar tacked into place. And it's pretty much flush, like with the opening on the seat. Seat is in the same position that I had it in before. This wrench is actually just on there as a counterweight right now. Watch this. It's enough to hold the seat forward from tipping. Alright, so I'm going to climb in here. And I do have the helmet on, so I'm just going to check kind of fitment of everything. So, pedals. I can go all the way to the floor with my knee still slightly bent. The top of the helmet is pretty much in line right with the top bar. Shoulders are just like slightly above the harness bar. I'll use that extra space to put the bracing in back there. I believe the top bar is supposed to be less than 5 inches from the helmet, which it's about probably, I don't know, 4.5 inches, so that should be okay. Here's the fitment with the door shut. So I should have plenty of room for my arm for sure, but then the door bar is going to have to come probably from here down to here this way, so I might have to do some trimming. But overall, I think the seat placement is good. It's definitely a little bit lower than stock. Normally the view would be something like this, but this is about where my view is now. Probably about here. I can see a little bit of the hood, but if I sit up a little bit more, I can see a little better. But overall, not too bad. I think the steering wheel placement is probably going to have to come down a little bit. Oh, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Alrighty, so that'll be it for this one. Coming along nicely. Next, I'll just be working on I think door bars, and then I'm going to have to do the rear down bars. Then somewhere along the line, I do want to figure out how to get this dash panel off, or the dash cover off. So I did see some covers for sale on eBay, just the cover. It doesn't have like the guts or the body or anything behind it. So I think that's the route I probably want to go, is just do the cover. We'll figure something out.